new trailer for Super Mario Galaxy the movie has dropped, and it's left us with tons of surprises, references, and nods to classic Nintendo video games that you might have missed. But don't worry, cause that's exactly why we're here, so you don't miss a single detail. Jump straight to the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications so no hidden detail slips past you in this galactic adventure. These are the 15 hidden details in the second trailer of Super Mario Galaxy, the movie. At the very beginning of the trailer, Mario and Luigi race through a desert at full speed on motorcycles. And if you look closely, when Mario rides over a rock and the bike lifts into the air, he strikes a very specific pose. The same one characters use in the Mario Kart games to perform an aerial trick and gain a speed boost when landing. But that's not even the only Mario Kart reference hidden in this scene. The design of the bikes is very similar to some of the vehicles seen in the Mario Kart series, and you can even spot decorative stickers on them, a customization feature that was introduced in Mario Kart World. Yoshi is clearly the big star of this trailer, but he doesn't come alone. Alongside him appear other beloved characters from the Mario universe, some of them closely connected to the green dinosaur. The most notable is Birdo, the classic enemy from Super Mario Bros. 2, whom we see fighting Peach by shooting eggs from her mouth, exactly like she does in the games. Although she definitely started out as a villain, over the years Birdo has become more of a secondary ally, so it wouldn't be surprising to see her switch sides at some point in the movie. But the surprises from Super Mario Bros. 2 don't end there. In this same scene, two enemies appear who have barely shown up since that game. Mouser, the sunglasses-wearing mouse who looks a lot more worn out here than in his original version, and Clawgrip, a giant crab who is visible for just a single second. What's curious about Clawgrip is that he was created exclusively for the Western version of Super Mario Bros. 2, replacing a third Mouser that appeared in Doki Doki Panic. Near the river, while Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi explore the area, a giant Cheep Cheep leaps out of the water and attacks a poor Toad. That's when Luigi obtains a power-up many players remember fondly, the frog suit from Super Mario Bros. 3. In the original game, this suit allowed you to swim much more easily and make small hops while walking on land. In the movie though, its abilities seem to go even further. Luigi uses it to perform huge jumps and deliver powerful kicks. And that's not the only reference to Super Mario Bros. 3. The giant Cheep Cheep that causes all the chaos also debuted in that very game, attacking in exactly the same way, leaping out of the water to surprise its victims. In one of the most tense scenes in the trailer, Mario and Peach cross an area full of traps that any fan of the series will instantly recognize. The rotating fire bars, present since the first Super Mario Bros., and the mechanical saws that debuted in Super Mario World appear here, making things extremely difficult. But if you look closely at the background, you can spot some very curious blocks. They are the message blocks from Super Mario World, the ones that displayed helpful hints to the players when hit. It's not exactly clear what role they will play in the movie, but the detail is there. You can also see some fire-spitting blocks in the background. When Mario and Luigi enter the inverted pyramid of the Sand Kingdom, pay attention to the music. You can hear a version of Underground, the classic theme that has accompanied the subterranean levels of the Super Mario Bros. Series since its beginnings. But the tribute doesn't end there. In addition to the iconic buzzy beetles that inhabit the area, there's also a hidden pipe, a detail that strongly recalls the famous Warp Zone trick, those secret areas in the classic games that allow players to jump between worlds using pipes. And honestly, it makes perfect sense. If you remember the ending of the first movie, Yoshi was left trapped in Brooklyn, specifically underground near the pipes. So it's quite likely that our heroes have found one of these connections and ended up in this place that seems to link several worlds together. The Sand Kingdom, also known as Tostarena in Super Mario Odyssey, returns in this second Super Mario movie. We did briefly see it in the first film, but now the protagonists visit it and meet its inhabitants, the Tostarenans, those friendly skeletons wearing sombreros and ponchos inspired by Mexican Day of the Dead skulls. Of course, the inverted pyramid also makes an appearance. In the game, this structure floated above the desert, and inside it awaited Knuckle Tech, a boss shaped like a giant head with two massive stone hands. In fact, his face can be seen carved into some of the walls inside the pyramid. And here's one more detail. As the brothers enter the pyramids with all the inhabitants watching, in the background you can spot a Moai wearing sunglasses. These are the statues that could be possessed in the game to reveal hidden elements of the environment. And if you played Super Mario Odyssey, the end of the trailer will probably ring a bell. Do you remember the Tyrannosaurus Rex that was sleeping in the Cascade Kingdom and that you could control with Cappy? Well, that creature shows up in the movie, and it definitely doesn't come in peace. So far, we've only seen a brief encounter with the main characters. Yoshi tries to stand up to it and even yells at it. But of course, the other dinosaur towers several heads above him. Alongside the trailer, Nintendo has also shared a new movie poster. In it, we see Mario riding on Yoshi in a very epic pose, looking forward to the horizon with the first planet of the Gateway Galaxy in the background. And pay attention, because that location wasn't chosen at random. It's the exact same place where Mario first met Rosalina in Super Mario Galaxy, right after Bowser destroyed Peach's castle and sent the plumber flying into space. So this is where Super Mario Space Adventure truly began. While they're at the fair, Mario, Luigi, and Yoshi stop to talk to a toad. But before the poor guy can even introduce himself, Yoshi stretches out his tongue and snatches the apple he was holding. Bad manners? Yeah, but it's no coincidence that it's an apple specifically. In Super Mario World, Yoshi could eat fruits at the game called berries, even though they clearly look like regular apples. If he managed to eat 5 of them, he would lay an egg with an item inside. And in Super Mario Galaxy 2, the dinosaur could also devour apples to obtain star bits. So no, the apple is not a random detail. It's a nod to the decades we've spent watching Apple eat huge amounts of this fruit. The final scene of the trailer is a full-on tribute to the history of Super Mario. We see Yoshi together with Baby Mario and Baby Luigi, an image that brings Yoshi's Island to mind. In that game, Yoshi's mission was to reunite the two babies and return them to their parents after Kamek and Bowser kidnapped them. So then, what does this scene mean? It could be a flashback showing us the origins of Mario and Luigi, or perhaps the brothers have been cursed and turned into babies. For now, it's not clear. What we can remind you of, though, is that in the first movie, we already saw Baby Mario and Baby Luigi playing in a park in Brooklyn, and even Baby Peach arriving in the Mushroom Kingdom for the first time. With all the chaos happening in the casino, this detail probably went unnoticed. But on the right side of the screen, there were some blocks with symbols on them that are a direct reference to the bonus levels from Super Mario 3D World. In that level, you had to hit several blocks to try and line up the same image to win prizes. This minigame actually exists in real life too, at Super Nintendo World, where you can try it out as one of the park's attractions. And hey, we actually managed to beat it during our visit to the park. Not too bad at all, huh? When the T-Rex attacks Yoshi, the green dinosaur jumps into the air and starts kicking his legs while suspended. This movement references the classic flutter kick he uses to stay airborne for a few extra seconds before falling. But hands down, the best part of this scene is what Yoshi is holding in his hand. It appears to be a Super Scope, the bazooka-shaped peripheral Nintendo released for the Super NES, which is probably hidden inside the gift Mario is carrying in the scene. Or maybe it's just a gift for Princess Peach. One of the games compatible with this accessory was Yoshi's Safari, where Mario rode on Yoshi's back while shooting enemies with this very same weapon. So the entire scene is a direct reference to that game. The Super Scope design in the movie is almost identical to the original, except that instead of being gray, it's blue. And if you've ever visited the Nintendo Museum in Kyoto, it might look familiar. There's an attraction there where you can use a replica of the Super Scope to shoot Mario's enemies and score points. Throughout the trailer, a large number of classic enemies from the series appear, and many of them probably went unnoticed. So let's go over them, because the list is, to say the least, interesting. First, we have Lakitu. In the trailer, we see several of them, and Mario and Luigi squash them without mercy. Pay attention to the detail. One of them drops a green shell when defeated, and another leaves its cloud floating behind. Those who have played the games know that this cloud can be used to reach parts of the stage that are only accessible by flying. In the casino, the coin coffer appears, the purse-shaped enemy that debuted in Super Mario 3D Land and drops coins when hit. There are also several color variants, red, blue, and more. And this is no coincidence. It is a direct reference to Puzzle and Dragons, Super Mario Bros. Edition, where they also appeared in different colors. We also see Octoguys and Octoombas, the squid-like enemies from Super Mario Galaxy. Their presence makes us wonder whether King Caliente, one of the bosses from the original game, will also appear in the movie. And there's even more. Spike appears, the green enemy that throws spiked balls and debuted in Super Mario Bros. 3, alongside a Sledge Bro, which is basically a bulkier version of the Hammer Bros, and of course, the already mentioned Claw Grip and Mouser from Super Mario Bros. 2, who finally returned to action after being absent for decades. When Mario and Luigi meet Yoshi, pay close attention to the music.
It's alright.
A melody plays that any Nintendo fan will instantly recognize, the overworld theme from Super Mario World. The SNES game where Yoshi first appeared in the Mario series. This, of course, is no coincidence. That song works as a dinosaur's personal anthem, his signature theme. When Mario and Luigi enter the inverted pyramid of the Sand Kingdom, they both pull a fire flower from under their robes, and when they activate it, that iconic sound effect plays. The same one we hear in the original Super Mario Bros. On NES, when Mario transforms into Fire Mario. In the first movie, Peach already showed Mario this power in a field full of fire flowers, but Donkey Kong didn't even let him try it. So now, at last, the plumber manages to activate the transformation, and on top of that, he shares it with his brother, a moment fans have been waiting for since 2023. Keep traveling through space. In these Super Mario Secrets videos, we're leaving you here. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next ones. Thanks for watching. See you next time.